Hello, everyone, and dear professors. Today with you, Timur. So this is a project for Future Vehicle project number 2, and my model was developing large language model with Meta. They had a already application, call it Llama, and based on the Llama, I developed this application, and this is the main page of the application. This talks about what is Llama, kind of blog post page, how does Llama works and why Llama. Uh, every small details, and I explain here efficient and scalable model design it and etc. It's like small stuff which I will refer all of them in my research paper, and use cases where we can use for various scenarios, especially this application which I developed, the extends ElevenLabs feature where you can train your own voice even. But for that you have to purchase this ElevenLabs models for voice training models, but they already give the free version of various people's voice, so you can replicate them for your project. But for your own voice, that's the one thing that they ask money about. So, and GTS voice converter is a free version, like locally. You can use as much as you want. There is no limited tokens for that. And the next thing is a GroqCloud, where everything is being computed. Actually, the Llama, you can compute it in your locally. That's designed actually to compute locally and for cloud also. But you can have your own large language model within you. Like that's what the Facebook is offering, like open source language model. For instance, if you want to uh, interact with the GPT or like include in your projects, you have to pay for each token or like some amount of tokens in a GPT scenario. But in here, if you go to the Meta's official regulations and their website, they said unless you don't have a 700 million active users per month, you don't really have to pay them anything. And then you go if it goes beyond like legal confirmation stuff. So what am I doing is a GroqCloud, and everything's being computed there because my bare metal is does have some limitations. So that's why I tried in the first locally. It took some time for me to generate output, so it wasn't that fast. But this scenario, text comes within a frame of seconds. Yeah. And what it does also, it recognizes my voice. Also, I don't really have to go from searching for other Google or etc. Sources. That's also very precise from their side. And yeah, this whole application is based on Flask, and Flask is generating this bootstrap and etc. stuff. And here I will mention some YouTube videos like testing model with various and voice model, the short videos, how am I testing these models on this page. Mm, and yeah, that's about the blog page stuff. And this is a comparison table. This is not really my job of comparing them. I just like designed this stuff from research paper, which I will refer in my paper and where I got this table. So basically, the people like these researchers that tested various models, GPT-3, which had a 375 billion dataset for their model, and this amount of the precision outputs for their tested models. As you can see, and here's a llama. I mean, down below this solid black line, there is a llama. Like they're using 7 billion dataset and outperforming GPT-3. Wow, they're outperforming with only using the 7 billion. I think it's crucial nowadays to have these kind of algorithms to achieve the similar amount of or higher precision rather than having the huge amount of data set, because it's costly and first of all and takes too much time. But in this case, you have a smaller data set, higher processing, and higher precision. Excuse me. So yeah, I refer to ElevenLabs. basically what I said was written here, like the technology, how they're using TTC's capabilities and how they train. Also, it's also like possible to develop something like they're doing. Their business is today's current technology, but we need some resources for that. So, and this is a common crawl, C4, where they got this data set in the first place, how this 7 billion data came from where it came from. And yeah, that's pretty much about the main page. And let's go to test the project. This is the first place where we check the prompt. There are many questions we can ask, and one of them, let's say, tell me about Isaac Newton. I'm a big fan of this person, this scientist. So within a frame of seconds, as you can see, it's already replied output that's probably would be same as ChatGPT. He's using only 7 billion dataset. I think it's awesome. And let's go to check the voice assistant, which is on gtts, is computing locally. And like, let's ask the same question probably. Tell me about Isaac Newton. So I've seen that here's a changing recording sent for processing. That means like text is already there. The only thing is we need some time to text to be converted to audio file and then play it back to this browser. So this is the one thing, it's taking little time. And if I had more time, I would develop like the ongoing process, like reading the ongoing speech. So now it's basically converting the whole
Isaac Newton, 1643 to 1727, was a renowned English mathematician, physicist, astronomer, and scientist who is widely recognized as one of the most influential scientists in history. He made major contributions to the fields of mathematics, optics, and
yeah, as you can see, it's a sort of output, and the female voice you cannot change. So I added this ElevenLabs feature, and we can develop more concepts with this and very creative ideas. We can ask what we can ask. Something else I want to ask from this model. Let's say about the book Atomic Habits. Tell me about book Atomic Habits by James Clear. Now, this is also generating some time, like sending to ElevenLabs cloud and getting information back and producing the audio, and then a cloud would produce that and send back the audio, and we download audio and then play back here. These processes all will be mentioned in a GitHub, in a research paper. So, and today's, for the sake of this video, I'm not going into detail of the every single line of the code. Now it's on the process, recording the process. There should be the man speaking and explaining about the book which we have requested.
Habits is a self-help book written by James Clear, a behavioral scientist and author. The book was published in 2018 and has since become a bestseller. The book focuses on the importance of developing good habits and breaking bad ones to improve overall well-being and achieve success. In Atomic Habits, Clear argues that small, incremental changes to our daily habits can have a significant impact on our lives over time. He emphasizes the importance of focusing on atomic habits, which are tiny incremental changes that can be built upon to create larger changes. Here are some of the key takeaways from the book. 1. The aggregation of marginal gains. Clear explains how small incremental improvements can.
So yeah, basically that's a Brian model, which was from ElevenLabs. Let me go to the main page. And they had this kind of voice features. I think that would be great if there will be some time for me or to develop this ElevenLabs kind of feature, like voice cloning stuff. But I think it's a little hard to finish this kind of project in this semester, and this is based on what I have. I don't have a training capabilities. But yeah, that would be a good idea for even startup projects to have this kind of text-based and voice cloning stuff, and then implementing them into companies, call centers. This basically would revolutionize the current modern technologies in society. And thanks for attention. That was all about the project, and I hope you will enjoy also this paper, and I will share feedbacks about them. Thanks a lot.